It's the dawn of a new era as X-Men Age of Revelation kicks off, featuring a sharp homage to that iconic X-Men 251 cover. Over on the big screen, Superman is flying high at #1 in the box office, but how are the Superman-related comics holding up in the market? And with Supergirl officially in the spotlight, the spec wave has begun. Are you ready to see what's trending this week? I think I'm going to be changing that opening because this is the top trending comics for the week #4 of July. Wow, what a week of comic books we have. And I'm really happy to say that we actually have a good week of comics, pure comics, comics that are from different generations, comics from different ages. I'm super excited. I'm super stoked. You can see right there the different types of books that we got going on. We got some Marvel, we got some DC, we got some indie as well. So let's kick it off. And before we get started, if you like this type of content, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the show, and let's begin our list here. Starting with, as always, I have to kick things off with honorable mentions. And we're going to kick things off with the very first honorable mention, and that is the Fantastic Four First Steps. Of course, this has to be on the list simply because we got a movie coming up, guys. We just got off our hype from Superman, and now we're going into our hype for Fantastic Four. I'm hearing a lot of good things. The reviews are coming in. Last I checked, it was above 80 in Rotten Tomatoes. You got a fantastic, and yes, I said it, the pun included, fantastic cover by Phil Noto featuring the Fantastic Four, the movie version of Fantastic Four. Be on the lookout for the original costumes variant. There is one out there that features them in the original costume, so be on the lookout for that one. Also, an honorable mention is Captain Planet and the Planeteers. This is one of the oldies from back in the 90s. The reason why this book is in this list is that it was just announced that there is going to be a Netflix adaptation that's going to be done by Greg Berlanti. If you don't know the name, just remember the Arrowverse. He was the guy responsible for the Arrowverse, and he's bringing Captain Planet to Netflix. I don't know what to expect from it. It is a live action, so it should be exciting. And our final honorable mention is Superman still is on everyone's mouth. I got to see it twice. I want to see it the third time, and I will eventually. And then that is Superman Unlimited #1, the Dan Mora, James Gunn, Corn Sweat cover. Everybody's crazy about this cover because it features James Gunn in the cover. Not so much because we got Corn Sweat, because we're getting plenty of Corn Sweat covers. But these are your honorable mentions for this week. Let's go into that list, and let's kick things off at number 10, and that is Red Hulk issue #6. This is the 1 in 25 Dan Panosian variant. This book was an honorable mention last week, but it made the list. It made it to top 10. So this book is brand new. Last recorded sale of this book is $137 near mint. It is a very costly book. It's a beautiful book featuring the first appearance of Warwolf. That's the person that you see right there in that cover. And man, that character looks fierce. Also, the most common fair market value of this book is $131 near mint. Right now, we don't have any notable sales when it comes to CGC, but they should be coming in soon. As far as the trendy list goes, there was #4 in CBSI, #9 in cover price. Did not quite make it to the key collector list. As far as the 30-day sales goes, we got 31 sales for a book that it's a 1 in 25 book. Red Hulk, a lot of shops don't buy this book in 25 or more bulk. So therefore, it probably has a lesser quality quantity of books. So therefore, that's why you're seeing this higher price tag. And as far as the hype level, it's at a medium. This was an honorable mention last week. This made it to number 10 this week. Not sure I'll be making it to the list next week. So we'll find out. Kicking it off at number 9, we have Street Fighter #1. We talked about this book last week. It dipped from last week's number. I think last week was number 6, if I'm not mistaken. This book came out in 1993 from Malibu Comics. Last recorded sale of this book is $14 near mint. It's actually a little bit more than last week, which was, I believe, $10. The fair market value is $14. 9.8s will go for $173. As far as trending list goes, it's number 7 in cover price. And the 30-day sales, 87 sales is keeping this book hot. Hype level is at a medium for this book. Again, all the casting news, we keep getting them. This week, we didn't really get any new casting news, and therefore, that's why this book is at a bit of a low now. No discussion. Therefore, it becomes easier to pick it up because not that many people are looking for it anymore. The people that needed to get it went ahead and got it. But it's still a pretty hot book at $15, just under $15. That's actually really good. So why not? Let's go into our list number 8 this week, and that is Justice League number 1. Again, Justice League is really hot simply because of Superman. Superman number 1 on the movies for the second week in a row. No surprise there. It ranked up 40 million during the weekend, so the movie is still hot. And therefore, the Justice League is still hot. Number 1, featuring Guy Gardner. And this is really where the Justice Gang is coming from. This is also the first appearance of Maxwell Lord. Came out in 1987 for DC Comics. Last recorded sale was $11 at a very fine. Again, another book that is low in price, so it's easy to obtain. Fair market value of this book is about $10. 9.8s are going for about $98, so just shy of $100. As far as the trending list goes, it's number 6 in Key Collector and CBSI. Didn't make the cover price top 10, but it did make the cover price top 20. So that's what makes this book hot. Also, it has a lot of sales with 58 recorded sales, which makes this book a medium. Now we're going to our number 7 book, and that is a new book to our list, and that's X-Men Heir of Apocalypse number 4. This book came out in 2024. It's not an old book. It's $4 with the last recorded sales, but that price is going to be moving up soon. The most common fair market value is $4, 9.8, $20. Would you believe that? Now, what is this book, and why is this book so hot right now? Well, reason being is that they are going to be launching an all-new Age of Apocalypse storyline coming in through the X-Men line, and we are receiving a new character by the name of Revelation. Get it? Apocalypse, Revelation. Makes sense, right? So the character of, I believe is Doug Ramsey, is now a new heir of Apocalypse, which is going to be Revelation. He made his first appearance here. So as far as the trending list, it was number 1 for Key Collector, number 5 for CBSI. It did make the top 20 in cover price. 30-day sales, 36 sales as of this recording. I'm assuming there's going to be more sales of this book because the price is so drastically low. The hype level is at a high. As I said, it's number 1 in Key Collector, therefore it gets a high for that. But keep in mind this is a dollar bin book. You might be able to still pick it up in a dollar bin if you go to your local comic book shop. They're going to be having, and I'm sure they're going to have plenty of them. So be on the lookout for this book. Do not overspend for this book. As we draw closer and closer to the event, this book's price will rise because of that event. Once that event is over, this book will most likely go back into the dollar bins, and that's how it usually works with these books. So if you want to read the story, go ahead and grab it at a good price. Do not overpay for this book. Let's take a look at our number 6 book in our list, and that is All-Star Superman number 1. This is the AMC IMAX opening night fan event variant by Dan Mora. Of course, you were able to pick this book up if you went to the fan event for IMAX on Thursday evening when the movie debuted. This book, last recorded sale is $14 near mint. Most common fair market value is $23. There are no recorded slabs right now. The book came out last week, so there was no recorded slabs. Be on the lookout for near mint prices of the book because it's going to be hard to get those books at those prices. As far as the trending list goes, this is number 6 in cover price. It did not make Key Collector, did not make CBSI. This is pretty much a holdover from last week. It was a hot book last week. It's starting to dip a little bit. It's still on the move. And again, I am certain we will see this book back once the graded copies start trickling in. Because this book was handed out at AMC, there's a good likelihood they weren't really treated properly. So therefore, high grades are going to demand more money than what we see right now. So if you do get a book at a near mint value, this is a good opportunity to send this book out to CGC, CBSI, or PSA, and you might be able to look at a book that's actually pretty valuable as a result of the movie. 30-day sales, 143 sales. That's what I'm talking about as far as people are buying this book for that reason, and that makes this hype level at a medium right now. Our number 5th book of the list is Omega Men 3. You can't keep the main men down. First appearance of Lobo that came out back in 1983 for DC Comics. Last recorded sale of this book is $140 at 9.6, but this book sells quite frequently, quite often. Most common fair market value of this book is $86 at a near mint, $300 at a 9.8. That's actually risen in price. So this book is starting to get higher and higher as we draw closer and closer to the Supergirl movie that's coming out next week. Supergirl's in people's mind because that poster was dropped, and we know Lobo will be part of that movie. As far as the trending list goes, it was number 10 for Key Collector, number 7 in CBSI. Didn't quite make the cover price list. I did believe it made the top 20, though. 30-day sales, again, this book sells. It's 103 sales this last 30 days. It sells, guys. This book sells. And the hype level is at a medium. It's going to go high sooner or later because this is a hot book that people just want to have. At number 4 in our list, a book that just seemed to come its way right back, and it hypnotized me with Superman 330. This is the first mention of the Hypno glasses. This book came out in 1978, some Bronze Age goodness here, and its last recorded sale is $30 at a very fine. Most common sale is $19 for a very fine, $36 at 9.8. I will give this book a wait and see situation because people are talking about it because of the movie. It doesn't really have that much significance to it other than it's just a cool little nod that they did. So I wouldn't go too crazy trying to grab this book or spend tons of money. I don't see it going up in the charts that much. As far as trending list goes, number 3 for Key Collector, number 8 for CBSI, number 2 on cover price. And the 30-day sales, we got 53 sales. Hype level of this book is at a high right now because of Superman hype. At number 3, The Spectre, 54, first appearance of Mr. Terrific. People are loving him. He was the breakout performance in Superman. So there's no surprise that this book remains on this list. In fact, it was number 3 last week, and it stood at number 3 this week. This book came out back in 1997. It's a pretty costly book at $160 and 9.0. That was the last recorded sales. But the most common fair market value of this book is $150 near mint, $553 at a 9.8. It's a book that had a lower print run, but at the same time, it was a lower print run in the late 90s, guys. So there should be plenty of copies out there, even though it is the Spectre. But I'll wait on this one because I think this price will definitely drop. As far as the trending list goes, it's number 3 in CBSI, number 4 in cover price. 30-day sales. This book is selling at 63 sales in the last 30 days. Hype level is also a high for this book. It is not going anywhere just yet. Looking at our list at number 2, just making the runner-up list, and that is Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, number 1. This book came out in 2021 for DC Comics. Last recorded sale is $60 near mint, and the most common fair market value is $68 near mint, $200 at 9.8. Supergirl is the movie that's next over at DC Studios. We just received a really cool poster featuring Supergirl, and people are getting ready. So now's the time to start looking out for it. Now that we have San Diego Comic-Con just around the corner. In fact, it's happening as we speak. It just begun. I could see them dropping a teaser at San Diego. We may eventually get to see the teaser as well online. That's going to bring this book back up. So be cautious with this book as of right now, because everybody is going to be looking out for this book. So it may be number 2 today. I'm sure it'll be on the list again next week. Who knows? It might even hit the number 1 spot as a result of that. As far as trending list goes, number 2 on Key Collector, number 2 in CBSI, number 5 in Cover Price. And the 30-day sales, we have 43 sales in the last 30 days. I expect this book to continuously sell because of San Diego. So be on the lookout for that one. Check that one out. Hype level is at a high for this book. And our number 1 book of the week, believe it or not, guys, it has nothing to do with movies. It has nothing to do with TV. Has nothing to do with what famous rapper said what. But it is an homage cover, and it's an homage to the famous X-Men 251. This is the X-Men Age of Revelation issue number 0, the Humberto Ramos Shadow Drop, 1 per store variant. This book was a surprise that came in last week to the shops, and now people want to grab it. They love the cover. Of course, it is an homage to that famous Mark Silvestri cover, and it is the start of a new storyline with the Age of Revelation, Age of Apocalypse sequel. This book came out just recently. We have a $50 near mint value for the last recorded sale. And the most common fair market value of this book is $61 at a near mint. We already are seeing pre-sales at 9.8 at $157. Trending list, number 8 in Key Collector, number 1 in CBSI, number 1 in Cover Price. 30-day sales, would you believe it? 205 sales of this book. That is insane for a book that's just there for the comics, guys. Of course, the hype level is a high on this book. That is your number 1 book of the week. Tell me, what's your thoughts? I want to hear from you. I want you to tell me which books you have, which books you're planning to get, which are the ones that you think are going to keep its value after 30 days, after 60 days, after a year from now. I want to hear in the comments. So please leave your comments. Make sure you stay tuned for next week's ranking. Also, this ranking is going to be found at the Comic Crusader on Wednesday, when, as of the time of this recording, that will be tomorrow, that you will be able to see this list if you want to examine it yourself. And don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel. I will see you at the next one. Until then, Excelsior. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more comic content. Check out these other videos for even more insight, and I'll see you at the next one. Excelsior.